And a bada boom. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Welcome back to Polymac Particles. We're kicking off another week, a really big week here in the not only the Polymac Particle community, I would say the San Francisco Giants community. Great to see everybody lined up in the comments line. What's up, Rags? What's up, Dom, John, Joseph, Oliel, Miguel, Naomi, all of my people. Rising Wolf. Glad you guys can make it today. Look at my guy, Creative Tony, wearing the Olympic rings. Now,
so glad you made it. I still can't get that out of my head, dude.
I don't want you to
get it out of my head.
I don't want you to get it out of your head. I want it to stay right in your dome.
Give me some loving.
Give me some loving. Now, Tony is back from the Sphere. Obviously, we had his review on Friday. It sounded like you had a great time. And the funny thing is we almost were late to the show today because Tony and I were like so deep in talking about the Grateful Dead and the Sphere. I'm like, did they play Box of Rain Saturday or was that Sunday? And then all of a sudden Tony's like, oh shit, the show's starting. We got to go. And then, so we almost didn't make it on time today because we were talking Dead. But anyway, Tony, great to have you back on the mainland here. Welcome back to the Bay. Has your head kind of gotten back together? Is it back in one piece?
Man, I'm still riding the afterglow, and I'll ride it for as long as I possibly can.
Good for you, man. Yeah, that's the idea.
It was great. Saturday, I had some Little League baseball to get right into, so that was fun. And then, it was a gorgeous weekend. Hope everybody out there got outside at some point because, man, this weekend was freaking gorgeous. And
by the way, Tony, it's going to be like...
Yeah,
78 degrees today. They're dropping 78 on me. Shout out to Pierce Holt, first guy that comes to mind. Archie Reese, too. I'll throw Archie Reese on the pile for great 78. You got one for me, too, Tony?
Bruce Smith is my 78, for the Buffalo Bills. I'll go Bruce Smith.
You usually don't jump over conferences like that. We usually keep that specific to the Niners, but I'll take
my 278s. You took my 278s.
My bad. No, it's my bad. Pierce Holt. Tony, remember Pierce Holt with the tinted visor, bro? The tinted visor on his helmet? Yeah.
He's one of the first to do that, I believe.
One of the first to do that. I'll never forget how pissed off I was when I opened the paper one day and I saw that he was going to the Atlanta Falcons. I'm like, why are you leaving a Super Bowl champion team, Pierce Holt? I hated that. Anyway, shout out Pierce Holt. It's all forgiven. Tony, it was a long time ago. Hope you had a great weekend. Now, what's the Olympic shirt you're rocking today? You're always making some kind of artistic statement. What is that?
Yeah, this is the dad's club at my kid's school. It's the Man Olympics. And if you can see, there's beer. They're like tops of beer cans.
Okay,
for the Man Olympics. So we did a bunch of different events.
Like what events are involved in the Man Olympics? Like competitive farting or something? Like
like wiffle ball was one of them.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Nerf shooting targets.
Right. I don't think playing with firearms sends a good message to the young kids. But go ahead.
And it's like a progressive too, where each different location has a different beverage that you want to consume. So shout out the Man Olympics. So that was 2025. So no, was it 2024? So sorry. So 2025. Can't wait for the 2025. By the way, I do an annual horseshoe tournament every August. Yeah. We're gonna pump the shit out of that on this show because we're gonna get the PMP Army to come out to the horse. It's called Shoe. And we're gonna get some of the PMP Army to come out. But
I'd rather
first, Paulie.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to get into, and I was gonna say if I could interject one last thing to your Olympic kind of concept as you're like introducing new events and stuff. Can we come up with something called like the Weed Olympics? You know what I mean? Like different events to participate in after you've pulled a big tube or something like that. Like let's do like who can make the most free throws, like shit like that. Yeah, the Weed Olympics. It's my own invention. Yeah.
Do you remember, and this is going way back to Ticket 1050 days, but we had the Bong Olympics in the afternoon. Rod Brooks and I had the Bong Olympics where people, or was it Dan? Yeah, I think it was Rod.
Go ahead. I don't remember this.
We had people do live bong rips on the air, and we would time them. And we gave free concert tickets away to the longest bong rip on the air.
Those are the Wild West days. Yeah, they didn't really let us do that kind of shit
anymore.
No, not really. Anymore. Not over at Larry's joint. They ain't letting you roll like that, man. Over at the whatever they're doing these days. No, but Tony, so listen, hope you did have a great weekend. Great to have you back. Sports, there's sport news all over the place, but I think the biggest story is I want to get into this Thursday, and this would open the door nicely, right, to talk about Longbridge Pizza, our first and beloved sponsor, the good people, Neil Denardi on down, Andrew Olial over at Longbridge, Karen behind the counter. Tony, you're always good enough to shout out Karen. And she does. When you walk into Longbridge, the first face you're going to see is Karen. She's usually right up there at the front behind the bar, and she's always waving and smiling, a real sweetheart. But that's just kind of like the tone setter. Then you walk into the back. That's where we're going to have our opening day party on Thursday, and I cannot wait to see everybody out there. You're going to see for yourselves now, and you're going to enjoy the food. Now, it's funny, Tony. our good friend Neil, the guy who runs Longbridge, who you're all going to meet, he fits right in, bro. He's totally one of us. He was asking, now I don't know how to do this, Tony, because this is going to be kind of like Steve Martin in The Jerk when he was like juggling cats, like trying to like juggle those cats and everything, cat juggling. Like, how are we going to get a head count? Because I know Neil is concerned with like numbers, and the only reason
just Neil being Neil, he's just a badass, and he's on top of his game always. And so
I know he needs to know like how many pizzas am I going to need to flip? How many chickens?
Need to know. Oh man, sorry, man. Now you got me. I had a little petty jam over the weekend. I was like, man, this fucking guy, I miss him so much. Anyways, if you can email us pollyspod@gmail.com, that's for openers. We can start that way.
What, for like an RSVP, you mean?
Yeah, let us know. But I'm going to talk to Dom Peralta after the show today about another, like, there's like a Google sign up that we could do, like a sign up sheet that we could pass out as well, or we can have
understand
people,
yeah.
And then also, or if you want to comment in the comment line that you're coming and how many people you're bringing, we can get a round number, like a rough estimate. I would love to see as many people there. I got some family members coming. So just let us know if you're making it. And oh, by the way, did you get Rags' Glossy in the mail over the weekend yet?
No, I don't have it, but I think that Dom is on that now. When you talk to Dom today, I think Dom is taking over the Rags 8x11 project. So I'm dead serious. I think because I think I heard Dom say, no, it's already taken care of. So you check in with Dom. And by the way, congratulations to Patty from Napa for a variety of reasons. One, that I just saw in the comments line, she's got a front row ticket for the Eagles at the Sphere. Have a great time. I wouldn't mind seeing that, dude. You know what one of my big flaws is? And don't keep the Longbridge thing up because we're still talking Longbridge now.
Totally.
Now I'm off on an Eagles thing, though. I never got to see the freaking Eagles, and I'm kind of bummed out about it because I wanted to see them when they had Fry and they still had more of the original members. But I would still see them today in a heartbeat with Henley and Joe Walsh.
They're doing the Sphere in September, I think.
That's what I'm saying. So Patty's going and she got her tickets, but also congratulations, Tony, to Patty from Napa, because the poster for our opening day party at Longbridge actually features Patty from Napa on the poster. Did you catch that at the bottom of the screen? It says special thanks to Patty from freaking Napa. I was like, you see it at the bottom?
The poster. Yeah,
I saw it. I was like, wow, Patty, you've really arrived now. Like your name is on the poster. You got to frame that bad boy. But anyway, that's all. That's where we're going to be for Thursday. We look forward to seeing you. It's a great kind of outreach with the Bay Area Sports Collective. Bring a lot of our people together. Hopefully, Jumpin' Johnny Lund will come by. Like there's all kinds of people are invited. I know it's a work day, so it's
Rod Brooks. Hopefully, Rod Brooks will come by. We're gonna talk to Rod this afternoon for the show.
Yep.
Why don't you let Mark Ibanez know about it, buddy? Get him to come on down.
I'm gonna talk to Mark Ibanez too. I know there's a lot going on, man. I'll talk to Mark. But anyway, please do come on out. We want to see you there. Bring your appetite, bring a great attitude, and we're going to enjoy Giants baseball together. Now, Tony, there's actually a lot of Giants baseball to talk to. Here comes Patty as a super. Yes.
Can I? And also, I just want to share this for those that didn't see it last week, real quick. The great artwork of Los and Dom Peralta. If you can catch that, what's going on there? That's the scene in Fast Time when Spicoli orders the pizza. And Mr. Hand says, or the pizza guy walks in and says, "Who ordered the what is it? Double cheese and sausage? What is it?"
Correct.
Yeah,
that's right.
And
right
double
here,
sausage, whatever the order is. And Los and Dom changed my head. I'm Mr. Hand. Paulie is Spicoli, and Neil from Longbridge is been photoshopped in as the pizza guy. So
now Tony,
couple stuff right there.
Couple comments. One, I love you fit right in as the teacher, especially at the bottom. Hands on hips, the tie. It's all like you could easily be teaching social studies to like some high school class. And then look at the joy on my face, like the joy on the Polymac Spicoli figure, dude. I couldn't be happier.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so great.
Thank you, Dom. And on Thursday, you're all going to participate in this great pizza eating ritual while we watch Giant baseball. Now, let's acknowledge Patty as a super, Tony.
You bet.
Excuse me. And then and then I actually want to talk some Giant baseball with you before we dive into the matters at hand today.
Thank you.
You guys. No, you, Patty. You. That's for you. And thanks for the donation. And I can't wait to see it Thursday. It's been a while. And I'm happy for your Actually, Tony, you know what? Patty brings up an interesting thing for all of our friends on the comment line that are either going to be heading to the Sphere or you've already been to the Sphere. Patty, I think, is one of these people because, you know, Tony, you can treat the Sphere like a normal gig if you want to. You could say, like, I'm going to prioritize getting as close to the stage as possible and just watching the band. And there are people that do that go right up to the stage. Now,
Dude, there's people laying on the floor during drums in space, dude.
I can't tell you how much I love that.
Laying on the floor. That's
Go ahead.
And I applaud
Lie
it.
down.
I applaud it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And I also noticed right when drums in space happened, like the whole row behind me just kind of vanished. So, and they must have had like people stubbing them down to the floor because that must have been the place to be. I was perfectly happy in my section 107.
Yeah.
Perfectly happy.
Yeah.
And I had a great vibe around me. There were hugs happening, hugs flying during different jams. And it was with random, strangers stopping strangers just to shake their hands. You know what I'm saying?
I do. So, yes, I do.
Yeah,
yes.
It was just the vibe in that room. Just, oh man.
I'm so glad, man. And how's your old man? How did he like it? The whole
dude, loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
81 years old or 82, your dad?
He'll be 81 in July. So
God bless him.
Still rocking his 80th year.
That's Big Ed we're talking about now. Everybody bow down to Big. No, Big Ed rules, bro. He looked great in that photo you guys sent, but he enjoyed the experience and he felt
loved it, and he was dancing and I like I said on Friday, the "Gimme Some Lovin'" opener was like the perfect way to ease him in. Because I did have thoughts like, oh man, are they going to do like a crazy Dark Star opener or like a playing in the band where they just kind of get out into nether regions?
Yeah, but it was like reprise like one of their Egypt jams. Like here's like something we did at the pyramids. Check this out. Yeah.
You know what he actually loved? He loved After Space. He loved like all the guys coming back out on stage and them doing that little meandering stuff that they do before they fall into it.
Yeah, I live for that shit.
He loved that. He loved that. He didn't want that to stop. So
no, sometimes I don't either. It's kind of jazzy. I love that shit. All right, now Tony, the week before is so much going on. Baseball will be back on Thursday, so I want to start right there. And we also have March Madness. I would like to
open the Dubs in Miami tomorrow too.
I know
Curry's in Miami. Curry's going to be in Miami. Just he's not necessarily guaranteed to play,
right?
But he's in Miami with the team. And then Jimmy Butler's return. He's going to have like a one-on-one dinner with Pat Riley. I heard. Just kidding. And but he's trying to play it down as like it's just another game, but come on, it's not just another game, dude.
Well, Jimmy Butler's such a cool customer. It's hard to know. He doesn't show a lot of outward emotion. And Bonnie Jacobson, 100% coming out of space, weaving it back together.
Yes,
I couldn't say it any better myself. It's like yes.
Sorry, Bonnie. Also, Bonnie, I saw your comment earlier about my SI Wildcats in their big win in the Bruce Mahoney game on Saturday at Oracle Park. So I just want to give some love.
Okay.
But I'd love to SH too. I love the SH Fighting Irish as well because they're a great school, great team as well. Brian Morgan's their manager, great dude, and that's always a great game. Anyway, so go Cats, get them Cats, go.
Were you in the yard for that?
I was not. I was coaching Little League down in San Carlos.
I got you, man. I got you. So before we go, because today, Tony, I want to try something different a little bit later in the show. I want to introduce the bummer brackets to get everybody kind of caught up with these matchups. But I also want to let the
you mean these, Paulie? You mean these?
Dude, look at the look on my guy's face right there. I love that. Yeah. If you missed last week, we've introduced. I know it's our first annual bummer bracket where we have 4 different fields. We have medical, we have inconvenience, we have sports, and we have
music and like pop culture. Yeah. Music entertainment. So,
and what we do is we pit like the very worst of each category up against each other, and then you vote for the worst of the two. And I actually want the comments line to get involved today. I want you guys to vote on a couple. But Tony, first, Giants baseball is back, and I'm actually starting to feel it. Now I'm starting to feel it. Like when spring training is wrapped up, you actually have a game on the schedule that's a couple of days away. Like now I am really starting to feel the return of baseball, which is good because I got to be honest, man, I was getting burnt on all the NFL talk day in, day out. And by the way, are they ever going to sign Brock Purdy? Just throwing that out there. Like, when is this thing? Are we going to lock that up? Are we going to close this up? This been going on for fucking weeks.
They want to put that off. They want to put that off as long as possible because they're going to be doling out some serious dough, man. We'll talk about that in Tony's top 3 because, dude, they're going to have to pay the man his money.
Pay that man his money. Shout out Rounders. That was on over the weekend. I got a couple of minutes of Rounders. Yeah, a little Damon.
Just shout out Malkovich in general. Like
hanging around. Yeah.
You want to talk about a brilliant actor who is like he's such an oddball dude.
Yeah.
That like he's just like, is he acting or is this just really him?
I'm a Malkovich head. How do you? I mean, who is it? By the way, do you remember that one he did with Clint Eastwood where he was trying to assassinate the president? It was called
yeah.
The fuck was the name of that? True Crime or Blood? I think it was called True Crime or something. I don't know. But like Clint Eastwood was a Secret Service guy protecting the president, and like Malkovich was fucking with him on the phone. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blow the president's head off, and he was like telegraphing all his shit to Clint. Oh, what was the name of that movie? You guys help me out. The Clint Eastwood.
Come on, let us help us out. By the way, Bonnie Jacobs was saying Logan Webb showed up in the Sacred Heart dugout during the Bruce Mahoney baseball game. He showed up with his dog. That's fantastic.
Miguel, thank you. It's called In the Line of Fire.
That's In the Line of Fire. Nice call. Nice call. Yeah. Thank you, Miguel.
And somehow, like Clint was like involved in the Kennedy assassination as a Secret Service guy, and he'd grown up, and now Malkovich is like taunting him and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again." Anyway, yes, shout out to John Malkovich. That's our John Malkovich tribute portion of the show. Hope everybody enjoyed that. Yeah. Tony, creative Tony. I'm always ready for some takes from you, especially when. I was away for the weekend too, actually, and I just flew back last night. And I got to say, like, coming back to a bunch of Giant news, I had to get caught up. I actually did not get to see the Warrior Hawks game. I know they lost. And to your point about getting into Miami tomorrow, we'll talk more about that later and before the game tomorrow. But I want to get your take on Kyle Harrison going down. They optioned him. Like, he's not going to be part of the roster. Yeah. Like, what are your where are you with all that?
It's a bummer, but I think it's necessary because of his just lack of I think overall strength. Because you and I were talking before the show started about how he had like a virus where he lost weight at the beginning of the spring, and
13 pounds. That's pretty significant. 13 pounds.
That's a good. By the way, you see what's going on with Mookie Betts? By the way.
That's
wacky stuff.
What's the latest update? What's the latest?
He can't keep food down. He like every meal, he can't keep anything down. He's lost like 20 pounds. Like it's crazy stuff. And he's not a big dude to start. He said
he's not.
He said he was down like 150 pounds.
Shit.
Anyways, sorry. So I know.
I'm sorry to hear that. Have you ever noticed that even though
I really like Mookie. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that. Like, have you ever noticed, T, like, even though we hate the Dodgers guts, and I really do hate this team in particular, everybody respects Mookie Betts. Like, you just don't talk shit about Mookie. And I agree with you. I feel bad that he's ill, and I hope he's better, because baseball is better off when he's on any field at any time.
That's a very good call, Paulie. Back to Kyle Harrison. It's just he needs to get back into shape, and he needs the reps, and he needs to do whatever he needs to, without worrying about his spot in the rotation, or just go back down and get the reps, man. Because I feel like they have the luxury of Hayden Birdsong and Roop to choose between the two.
They're going for that last spot. I think they're right. They're gonna
And by the way, I got to give love to Full 15 West. Roop, there it is. Roop, there it is. That's great.
Roop, there it is. Roop,
tag team back again.
That's not bad, dude. Whose idea was that?
Full 15 West. I always have a hard time saying his name.
Oh, there he is. I see him. Yeah.
Full 15 West.
Yeah, Full 15.
Roop, there it is. So Landon Roop, Hayden Birdsong. I hope it's Birdsong, because Birdsong's had a hell of a spring. Dude, the Giants have had a hell of a spring. But let's see. Birdsong has a 0.75 ERA this spring and is yet to walk a guy. 18 strikeouts as well, too, dude. So I vote for Birdsong. Plus, it can give us a chance to sing a la 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 la. La,
nice, nice, la da 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 la la. Very nice, Tony.
Wouldn't that be great? Or can somebody like remix Birdsong to where it's like hip to the kids too? So it's like
I doubt it. They're not going to feel that one. They're just not. They don't want to hear Birdsong. These kids. It's like, hey kids, how do you feel about a 20-minute song with a 13-minute jam? You guys up for that? I'd be like, no, I don't think so. Did Taylor Swift cover it? Then I'm not interested.
Hey, what's longer, by the way, Lost Sailor or Birdsong? Like, what do you think?
Birdsong.
Birdsong. Yeah, okay, all right. Because Lost Sailor can go for a good long while too.
Yeah. I am a Lost Sailor, for fuck's sake. I mean, dude, I've been too long at sea half my life. You've been too long. That's the lyric. He's a lost sailor.
I love the lyrics of Lost Sailor.
Been too long at sea. That's right here. That's me.
Did Hunter write those lyrics too?
No, that's Barlow. That's Bobby,
Barlow.
That's Bobby and Barlow.
Okay. That's Bobby and Barlow. That's right.
He had his own guy. Like Jerry had a guy and Bobby had a guy. Yeah. I got my own guy, y'all. I use Barlow. So Tony,
so I think it's a good thing for the future of Harrison, but I think it just sucks because, I mean, dude, we had really high hopes for that kid, and I still do. But when you come into spring down 15 pounds or wherever it was, that you're playing catch up the whole spring, and he never had a chance to really get to full strength. So go back down and get the strength you need, and take whatever time you need, because dude, he's still so freaking young, man.
Yeah, he's a kid, he's a baby. I
don't know. I want to know. Yes. I want to know the love affair with Jordan Hicks. That's what I want to know. I'm very curious why it hasn't even been like discussed that he go to the bullpen and out of the rotation. It's always been like, oh, Hicks is part of the rotation, even though he didn't really have a good spring. And Birdsong and Roop had a better spring than Hicks. I'm just thinking, shit, man, like, why is he locked into the rotation? So I'm interested to see why he is. I'm interested to see his first couple of starts to see, like, oh, maybe Melvin and the staff sees something that we don't. So
what would you say is the most? And again, just for people that don't know, Creative Tony was a pitcher. He pitched in high school. He did some college ball as well. And I want to ask you, as a pitcher, a former pitcher, after your arm, what is the most important attribute? Is it the legs?
Your legs.
Brain?
Your legs.
Is it the brain? I don't know.
Well,
in other words, what does Harrison have to rebuild, like, physically?
Baseball alone is all so much mental. So it's got to be, I talk to the kids all the time about the 3 Ps, Paulie: pre-pitch preparation. Every single pitch, don't take a pitch off, even if you're playing right field, or left field or whatever. Like, not is the ball coming to, not if the ball's coming to me, when it comes to me, what I'm doing with it. But the legs for pitching are so massively important. That's why you see some really good pitchers have these tree trunks for legs.
Well, I kind of feel that way about Harrison. Like, he's got
really thick legs. Yes,
he does. He's kind of built like Matt Cain. He's got like that big bull, like really thick.
Yeah, good call.
And like the lower half. So that's why I asked the question, because I feel like maybe he's got, I don't know what he's going to have to work back up to get his weight back on. And a lot of times that can be tough, actually, keeping weight on.
Right.
When you're playing and you're working out every day and then trying to gain that weight back. So I don't know. I'm rooting for the kid, though. I know his old man.
Can you imagine that luxury, Paulie, by the way, of just like feed your face because you can't keep the weight on because you're working out so much? Like, feed your face, dude. Because I'm always like, I can't eat that.
I know it sucks. I can't eat, dude. I'm eating I'm on like crackers and water at this point.
Give me that bird seed. See that bird seed over there? Yeah. Let me nibble on that for a little while.
Oh, see, I tried the bird seed. They were like, no, that's too fattening. You got to try something else. You got to try like low fat bird seed. I'm like, oh, damn.
It is all about the good fats, though, dude. Just dive into the good fats.
Shout out to your almonds and your cashews. You know what I mean?
And your avocados. And your avocados.
Maybe throw some macadamias in the pile. Only problem.
You know what I don't need, though? You know what I don't need, though, Paulie? I don't need overpriced avocado toast. I don't need a $15 slice of avocado toast. Okay. Can we just like, how about like a $7 avocado toast? Can we work on that, please? Because every avocado toast I see is like at least $10. I'm like, easy.
Hey, maybe we can ask Neil Denardi to make like an avocado toast pizza just for you on opening day. Now, Tony, excuse me. I wanted to ask you, and we could do this, I guess, more throughout the week because we got a couple days before Thursday. But I did want to throw this at the listeners and the viewers and the audience, and to you.
Sorry, Paul. Leah Phillips, thick thighs save lives.
Hey, maybe it goes both ways too. Shout out to well, I don't want to. Never mind. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah.
That's a great line, Leah. That is a great line.
I like just saying the word thigh. It's just a fun word to say, thigh. By the way,
and I like the word thick. So
I don't think you're ready for what I'm bringing to the table right now, and I had no idea. First of all, I didn't know we were going to do a John Malkovich tribute, and now nobody knew I was coming to the table with this. Greatest songs involving thighs. Here they come. Here they fucking come, dudes. Clear some space. Go. Aerosmith. Second record, Lord of the Thighs, bro.
Lord of the Thighs,
and Lord of the Thighs, by the way, it's a hell of a tune. It's a great song, and that might be one of the biggest like jam vehicles for Aerosmith. Tony. Yeah,
does Led Zeppelin say "Let the juice run down my leg" or thigh? They say leg, right? Right? Is it leg or thigh?
It's leg. Damn, but I like you even pondering that question. Does the juice run down my leg or my thigh? I'm forgetting. Yeah. No, that's the leg. But then you got AC/DC coming out here knocking me out with those American thighs.
Great call.
Shook me all night long. That's what
Rags you at the same time.
Well, that's because he and I are like, we got the same exact brain in us. Rags, I know. Knocking me out with what a great lyric that is, too. Knocking me out with those American thighs. Tony, but back to the thighs of a Harrison, a Kyle Harrison. What are your realistic expectations for this team this year? Like, what do you expect, or what do you?
Oh man,
for?
you know what's so funny? I had a dream that I was having this conversation with Dave Fleming last night.
Nice.
And,
I like you dreaming about Flem. I love that.
Which I didn't even remember until right now when you asked me, Paulie. But yes, I woke up in the middle of the night. I'm like, wow, that was a cool.
Was it erotic? Did you guys get involved in any kind of romance or anything?
No, but we were sipping on tea, and Dave is like an out and out vegan, so he was like we had like a garbanzo bean dip, like a hummus dip that he had made at home by himself. Anyways, he was telling me about it in my dream. Sorry,
I love this. Keep dreaming about Flem. Did you guys explore any kind of unmentioned like desires or anything?
No, it didn't get that deep, but it was like he had prepared his own hummus, and he was very excited about it in my dream.
It's a hell of a dream you got there.
But
you got Dave Fleming making hummus, dude. Whatever happened to dreaming about like girls and stuff? I mean, those days are over, I guess. Now it's Fleming hummus.
Oh man, and also Dave Fleming will be on with Tom Tolbert today at 3:30.
Nice,
everybody,
just
awesome. Just so you know. Dave Fleming on with Tom Tolbert, part of the Bay Area Sports Collective, I might add, BayAreaSC.com. Check it out. And
by the way, we do plan on growing the family. Like we plan on growing this brand and growing the family. So as it stands today, like Creative Tony just said, you got Creative Tony, Paulie Mack, John Lund, Tom Tolbert, Danny Ogden, guys like that. But the family will continue to grow. So stand by for more upcoming news and additions to the Bay Area Sports Collective family. But Tony, back to your kind of expectations with the Giants. Like, what do you expect? Like,
my conversation, my dream with Dave Fleming was we both agreed about like the 500 mark. Was kind of like the realistic expectations, especially in the NL West, with that being just a juggernaut, man. Like it's probably the toughest division in baseball. So Dave Fleming and his hummus and I all agree about Giants. About in my, Dave Fleming in my dream. We'll see what Dave Fleming tells Tolbert today at 3:30. But
and will he have his hummus? Will he turn Tom on to his homemade hummus? That's my question.
I don't see Tom as a big hummus guy.
I love hummus, dude.
Me too.
I'm a hummus head. Yeah,
I love what they've done with hummus too. Like they're mixing in all kinds of different flavors with hummus now.
Dude, I love what they've done with hummus. He said, I love that. A lot of new advancements in the hummus community, Tony. Seriously. That you need to know about. Hey, do we have time for your book? Because I feel like I need bookmarks and your top 3 today. I would like to get and the brackets. So we forgot Deutsche, bro. We didn't hit Takashi again. So why don't we Takashi for the second half of the show today?
Sure.
And you tell me, I'm going to let you take the wheel, bro, because I want bookmarks, I want top 3, and I want the bummer brackets with the audience today. So
I think we should go right into. I think let's go into top 3 because there's
you got it, man.
Topics in top 3 that we've danced around, right? But we didn't dive deep into. We've just kind of like, I don't know, kind of like when you're going to the bathroom at a show and you kind of like will boogie with people as you walk to the bathroom, you know what I mean? Just to kind of get through the crowd.
Little do-si-do, you go this way, I'll go that way. Yeah. You break guys' ankles.
Tony's top 3.
Like if you mean
that sometime, like do some Allen Iverson moves.
Tony's top 3.
Make guys fall over and shit.
Tony's top 3.
And by the way, as you feed the duck sounding awfully groovy, people that are not part of the Grateful Dead scene, or just whatever you want to say, the fish scene, whatever, the hippie scene, they have no idea what it's like going just to take a leak in the middle of a show.
Oh, totally.
It's like going onto a battlefield. Like, good luck trying to get to the bathroom.
But it's also better than most shows because people are more than willing to part the Red Sea for you. You know what I mean?
I do.
They'll help you get to the bathroom. Whereas I've been to some shows where like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? This is my space.
I'm like,
Dude, I just gotta take a fucking piss.
That's right. I'm like, return the Spicoli mentality on them. If you're here and I'm here, doesn't this make it our space? You know what I mean? You just gotta try to neutralize them with comedy. When you got like a big muscle head who wants to throw hands, you just gotta try to diffuse it with comedy. That's what I've been doing my whole life. All right, Tony.
No question.
So your top 3, I have no idea what's coming today. So dude, and you know what? I'm sorry.
What? Go ahead.
I'm picking up some loose ends here. I should have done this at the beginning. I did want to say rest in peace to George Foreman before we get started today. I mean,
he was going to be part of my on this date later on in the show, but we can say it now too.
Yeah, I just want to say rest in peace. I think everybody at least has a little bit of love for George Foreman, and like seeing all the footage, him fighting Ali, him fighting Frazier, just brings you back to a time when heavyweight boxing was a real thing, man. It used to be such a big deal in the USA, and now Tony, I can't even name one boxer in a heavyweight class. I can't even name one. It shows you how far the sport has kind of fallen from the public eye. And I think with the arrival of MMA and mixed martial arts, cage fighting, all that crazy shit they're doing now, like the real sweet science, like the art of boxing has kind of lost its way, at least
back in the day. The boxing was so great, man.
I know. And that's why, and George Foreman was a big part of that. Like even when we were grown up, like he had that comeback and yeah, dude.
Come on, man. The George Foreman grill. Don't sleep on the George Foreman grill. Like we'll talk about a great career after boxing, right?
Wow. Look at Mark Graves. Here's some trivia. He's got trivia on the grill. He says, actually, Hulk Hogan was offered that grill sponsorship first, and he turned it down.
Thank God he did. Thank God he did.
Grill here, brother. I'm throwing steaks on the grill, brother. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm going to bleach this steak like my fucking hair, brother.
I promise you, he would not have sold as many grills as George Foreman did. I
got to tell you, I nothing to do with George Foreman or anybody else, and I could care less about Hulk Hogan, but I will say this about him. I don't know how that guy has not died of a heart attack. Every time I see him, dude, his veins, he's bright red. He's got to be on like a million different steroids. Plus, he's like 87 years old now, and he's still doing all this crazy shit, bro.
Let me tell you something, brother.
I know. I'm like, bro, when are you going to fall over from cardiac arrest? Anyway.
You know what's great, too, is I got to applaud Hulk because he's bald, fully bald on top with just the side skirts of the blonde tassels in the back of his head.
It's a hell of a look.
The fact that he's hung on to those little blonde whatever you want to call
he might have them scotch taped on. They might be like scotch taped onto his head at this point.
Like Bret Michaels. With it's rumored that Bret Michaels' cowboy hat is like a
all
wig.
One piece. Yeah,
it's all one piece.
Yeah, the hair is sewn into the bandana, which is sewn into the hat. We used to say so. Like when Bret Michaels goes to sleep at night, he just takes his shit off, puts it on a post. You know what I mean? And he wakes up in the morning, puts the whole unit back on.
Put it on a post.
Yeah, right near the bed. That's my cowboy hat post. I don't even know. I've never done a Bret Michaels. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. So, dude, number one in Tony's top three.
Yes.
I want to present a video to you of Draymond.
All right.
And Draymond's breaking it down here. So stand by here, okay?
Yeah.
Can you see that, P?
I love it. I love Draymond this year. By the way, give him the Defensive Player of the Year award. He is D'ing guys up like I am so happy with the way Draymond's played this year. He's incredibly inspired.
I want to say that he led for the month of March. Maybe he's leading in steals and blocks or steals and rebounds or something like that.
Playing like a man possessed. But anyway, what do you got for me here, T?
So listen to Draymond here, and then I want to just get your thoughts afterwards. So listen to Draymond here.
You're in a position where we got a chance to compete for something. 11 games left with everything to play for. You shouldn't have a loss like this. It's too much on the line. You got to win the games you're supposed to win. Obviously, Steph's out. Still a game we should win. So,
okay. So, what do you think about that, Pete? Because I want to know. I feel like without Steph, it's not an excusable loss, but it's like, okay, I wasn't surprised they lost. Does that make sense?
It does, but I agree with Draymond Green too. Now, again, to be totally fair, and again, to use a word I hate, I want to be totally transparent with you, but I want to let you know, honestly, I had no way to see the game.
Paulie, will you pivot to the word transparent, please?
I want to pivot right now and talk transparency with all of you. Yeah, as I do on my slide. Yeah, you know what I mean? Anyway, listen, I couldn't see the game because of my circumstances. I was out of town and I had no way to get to a TV. So I can't really comment on the nature of the loss. I don't know what kind of if it was a bad loss or what kind of game it was. But I do agree with Draymond Green based on what they're trying to achieve. The Western Conference is so tight that like one loss, you could drop like 2 or 3 slots like with one loss. That's how tight it is right now. So he's right. His bigger point is right. You got to bring it every night going down the stretch. And I kind of feel like since Butler has arrived in the post All-Star game bracket of the schedule here, the home stretch, I feel like they have been competing almost like every game is a playoff game. I really do.
Right.
Like,
and Paulie, let's share the standings right now real quick. I'm just going to put them on the screen. Can you see those?
What is there any way you can blow those up like one more size? I can use a little big.
No, but it's
you can take us off.
Else.
Get rid of our faces if that helps.
Let's see if I can do that. Stand by.
Yeah. Blow that shit up.
There we go.
Okay, and now
a little bit better.
But there you go. See, look at like they got a half game separating them from Memphis at the 7 spot. That's how tight it is.
Right.
And then there's a half game. The Clippers are a half game behind them. So
Yep.
it's that's why Draymond is like every game now really is so important. And if you're like kind of waiting to tune in if you're a casual basketball fan and you're like, yeah, I don't watch all the playoffs. I recommend you start watching right now because these essentially are playoff games. And
by the way, what a disappointment the Suns are, huh? 34-37. What a disappointment. I mean,
and what's even more disappointing is you've got one of the greatest basketball players in the world in Kevin Durant, who's just kind of toiling over there in the desert, like on a team that's not going anywhere. I kind of feel bad because Kevin Durant is the kind of guy like you want on a postseason.
And I like
stage.
Booker too. He's a good player.
I like Booker. I wasn't crazy about Booker. I mean, I know he's a great talent, but he kind of comes with this kind of tough guy attitude sometimes, which I don't like. And I'm like, Booker, you're not a tough guy. Don't act that way. But he kind of won me over in France with the Olympics. I really started to like Devin Booker. So I kind of came around on him a little bit. But Tony,
Bradley Beal's out too. So that's, in fairness to the Suns, Bradley Beal's a hell of a player and he's out. So there's something there too. But dude, again, it's so freaking tight in the Western Conference that every game matters now, man. But like, I feel like Draymond, I love his passion and I love it. And yes, he wants to win every game, but like when you don't have Steph, and Steph is basically the one who has been like the glue for this whole new version of the Warriors with Butler. If he's not there, that's why I sure hope he's there tomorrow again in Miami. By the way, Miami, they're 1-9 in their last 10 games I saw. So they're going into a cold Miami, which is good.
Yeah. No, I'm a little bit.
Plays.
Me too. Although my gut tells me he won't. I think that he probably will not play. I'm taking a guess here. I know he is working out. They're going to reevaluate him today. And we'll get more information tomorrow and we'll share it with you on the show before the game and all that. But I have a gut feeling he might not play tomorrow. I would rather be on the side of caution, especially like you said, Miami hasn't been playing great ball. You should be able to go down there and handle them, even if Steph doesn't play. Now, Tony, sorry, I got confused. Is this the top three? Like,
that was number one? That was number one of top three.
So what was it like? I
wanted to know your thoughts about Draymond's comments about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I agree with Draymond. Then that's my kind of reaction.
Richard De Leon, by the way, wants to know: is it sustainable for them to play at this clip into the playoffs? Are they peaking too early? And Paulie, that begs the question: have you ever peaked too early in certain situations?
Let me think about that. I'm actually going to give that some thought. I don't want to say the wrong thing here.
You say can I just give you an example?
Yes.
Seen Fish at Dick's, right, in Colorado, and there was a huge lightning storm that came over the stadium, so they had to pause the show. And so everybody was joking around saying that it messed around with everybody's
state of mind.
State of mind, and everybody started peaking too early, and everybody started their extracurricular had to rethink their whole extracurricular plan.
Yeah.
So, back to the Dubs. I've
come at Grateful Dead shows where I had to reevaluate the rest of my entire life. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do now?
Yes,
Or I'm so rattled. I'm like, holy shit, where do I go from here? And by the way, I just got to work this into, and Rags, this one is for you, buddy. I'm dedicating this riff to Christian Nareg. Okay, you mentioned Fish at Dick's. Dick's is you should tell the non-initiated what that is. Dick's is
Dick's Sporting Goods, Dick's Sporting Goods Park, and it's a great place to see a show. It's where the Colorado Rapids soccer team plays.
Okay, but you're throwing the word Dick's around. That could have any number of meanings in the particle community. So since you mentioned Dick's, okay, I actually got to force this into the conversation. Did anybody out here see White Lotus last night? Did you guys see it? Holy crap, bro. Episode 6, was that episode 6 last night? Rags, you called it. Rags called it early with the brothers. Tony, I come back from this weekend. I had a great weekend and I was all chilled out. I was actually kind of hungover, to be honest with you.
Good for you.
But it was a good hangover. Yeah, it was one of those ones where I had such a good time. I was happy that I was hungover. So I come home and I'm eating some Chinese food and I'm like, I can't wait to just unwind and eat this and then go to bed right after White Lotus. Dude, next thing you know, Tony, I got brother on brother going, dude. I got brother on brother. Yep, brother. And Rags, see, and look at Rags. I knew they were going there. Rags, you called it day one. Rags go, these two brothers, there's something askew here. There's something amiss with the way that they're behaving towards each other. And even the sister, dude, the sister's out there. The whole thing is bizarre. This is
we got Naomi asking for no spoilers, so keep it vague. And I haven't seen it either, Naomi. Too, so I'm going to dive in too. So
I'll just leave it at that. That'll be my one review statement of the night. It was just I didn't expect brother on brother, but that's what I got on a Sunday night when I was trying to relax. So you mentioned Dick's. I thought brother on brother. I thought White Lotus. Sorry about the intrusion. Tony, the floor is yours again. weekend. But
well, back to Richard's questions. Are the Dubs peaking too early, Paulie?
No, I'm going to say no, they're not.
Okay.
I am so encouraged, and I'll continue to be with essentially everything I'm seeing with this team. The only thing that kind of concerns me is Steph's health. You want a healthy Steph. That kind of goes in. You don't need me to tell you that, but no, I don't think they're peaking too early. I think this is a focused team playing really good basketball. And again, I think that Draymond's comments that you played, you're number one in the top three, are entirely appropriate. He's like, we can't be screwing around with losses like this. Like for teams we should be beating, got to handle our business. So no, I think they're okay. I understand the concern, but once those playoff lights go on for the first time for some of these younger guys like Quentin Post and, Trace Jackson Davis, guys like that, all these young dudes, man, Santos, I think it'll be, they're going to be just fine. And I don't think they're peaking too early. Do you, Tony?
No, I don't. But I also just got distracted by Richard's comment. He's saying that one of the brothers in White Lotus is Arnold's kid. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the lead. The lead guy. That's the What about
Schwarzenegger?
Him?
That's Schwarzenegger's son.
Correct.
In real life.
Come on.
Yes.
Don't bullshit me.
yeah. Give me another one from the old man. Give me Dad.
Don't bullshit me.
Yeah, dude, all day long.
Sorry.
Hey, Dad, what's for breakfast? Can I have some orange juice?
wait.
Give it to me.
Come on. Don't bullshit me.
Okay, and by the way, I want the audience to know we will be refining our production. I'm dead serious about this. We actually both now are in possession of soundboards. We just have to learn how to use them. We have to load them. We've been so busy we haven't had a chance to do that yet. But thanks to Neil from Longbridge, we are now into the soundboard realm, and sooner than later we'll have him back on the show. Tony, finish up your top three, and then I want to do your bookmarks too. And
number two,
we
talked about Kyle Harrison being optioned out to Sacramento. Giants were 19-6, the best record in spring training. Okay?
Yeah.
In the Cactus League. Do you put any stock into that is the question. How much
Zero.
stock do you put into the 19-6 record?
I personally put zero stock into that. I'm not a big believer, and that means much of anything, honestly. Same reason, same exact thing I would say if the Giants were at the bottom of the Cactus League standings. I just don't think it matters. I mean, I'd rather have a good spring than a bad spring. I mean, if you're asking to give me a choice, let's win some games. But it doesn't mean a damn thing. In my lifetime, that's been my observation. Same with all the sports. I remember the years that Niners would have horrible preseasons, and then they'd win a Super Bowl with Montana. And oh my God, we couldn't win in the preseason. So I don't really care anymore, Tony. How do you feel about it? Do you think there's any meaning there?
I mean, we're all about vibes, right? And the vibe tribe and good particles and everything. I feel like if there's one thing I do hope that it does is carry a good vibe into the season where they're all feeling maybe a good, a good commitment to each other, good camaraderie, because baseball is a very mental game, as we know. And if there's a good vibe, that's a good start. But the 19-6, sure. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's like Three Comb Park.
It's fun. It's a fun place to be.
Be.
You sound like you're apologizing. It's fun. I don't know. Sorry. It's fun.
It is what it is. Like
it is what it is.
Put it this way. If they reverse the record and they were 6-19, we'd all be freaking out. Right, we'd be piling on everybody.
I wouldn't be freaking out, but I wouldn't be affected one way or another. I'd be like,
really? If they were 6-19 in spring, you wouldn't be like, what in the hell is going on with this team?
Maybe you got a point. I might not be psyched about it. You might.
I don't know, but we'll see.
But it's a good question. But no, for me, if you're just asking my opinion, I don't think you're going to get a lot of carryover. I think that's the end of that, and now you're into the real games, and now we'll see what they're really made of. I don't know.
Okay. So, and this all leads up to Thursday and our season opener watch party at Longbridge Pizza. We will have more details on how you can RSVP to that, or you can email us at pollyspod@gmail.com. And by the way, I saw Leah earlier in the comments line saying to hit the like button on YouTube when you're watching this show.
It's funny you say that. Patty's saying the same thing. Patty says, don't forget to like the show. Also, notice the subscription level is up. It was at 1.2K. Now it's over 1.4K. Yeah, you guys, please do spread the word. I should probably be saying that more often on our own behalf. But I get too wrapped up in the show. Yeah, please do like the show. Please do subscribe. Spread the word. Tony, if you want to do the information on how to subscribe, go ahead and throw it up there. if you could, just so people know how to execute that. But yeah, man, we were trying to grow the show. We're trying to grow the audience, of course. And if you guys can help us along, we appreciate that. And I already feel like with the people we see in the comments line, this has become more of like a family and a community than like an audience. And that's why I'm so happy. Like Thursday is a chance to meet everybody. I don't even know if Neil knows this yet, but I'm hoping like if Thursday goes well, and I feel very confident that it will. I'm like really eager to get to Thursday and meet everybody, have a good time. Yeah. But maybe we can convince Neil to do it again. Like maybe we can do another one for like the Warriors in the playoffs, have like a playoff watch party. I don't know. I'm just talking.
I saw Neil that he commented about my horseshoe tournament saying, because Neil was on the comment line earlier and he's asking if we need pizza for the horseshoe tournament. So there's Neil and Andrew are such good dudes that like we would be hanging with them even if they weren't partners. That's the beauty of the partnership. It's the same with Los. It's the same with Los for Flex Funding. It's honest to God. And it's the full transparency, as you said, Paulie. We've talked to other people about sponsorships, and they're only people we've approached because of how much respect we have for those people. That's who we're.
Why represent anybody that you don't feel comfortable with, or you don't believe in the person or the product? But and you know what else is really cool, Tony, is that the sponsors themselves, Neil at Longbridge and Carlos at Flex Funding, now they're starting to hang out with each other. You know what I mean? Like we get like those guys are chilling. So like that's been my favorite part of this whole experience is like how everyone is like mingling and mixing and starting to hang with one another. Little side relationships are breaking off. By the way, Tony, got to ask the obvious question. It's on everybody's mind, but they're afraid to say it. I'm not. Here it comes. Anybody going to pair up at this party on Thursday? I'm just asking. I don't know. Things happen. People have a couple Pliny's. Next thing you know, you're like, hey, that guy looks pretty good. Like, will we have any romance? Will there be any?
If there's a PMP Army romance and you and I are like the ring bearers for their wedding, like
with the pillows, walking out with the pillow, got the ring on the pillow. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You could be the celebrant and I'll be the ring bearer, dude. Let's go. You know?
Okay. Him with him forever and ever. Yeah, we'd be up there like. Yeah.
Hold on. We first have to have the Al Davis confessional at the wedding, so people can go into the confessional before the wedding and appease themselves of their sins.
Yeah, appease, bro. Appease. I'm here to appease. The people are feeling it. Patty knows. Patty knows what I'm talking about. Like PMP hashtag PMP Army romance. It's
How about
in the air.
Like 20 years down the road? Yeah, I'm a PMP Army child. Yeah.
Who's going to be the first? Who's going to be the first? I might have to get involved with somebody just to get that thing moving. No, I'm kidding around.
Hey, by the way, the one thing else I did want to say about Los and Flex Funding, about Longbridge Pizza, about Don Peralta, these people that we're working with, what I love about them all too is that they all started their own thing from the ground up. That's why I think there's so much mutual respect. Dom started his own art company. Obviously, Neil and Andrew started Longbridge Pizza. Los with Flex Funding, they all built themselves up like from the ground up, and that's what we're trying to do with this show. So
exactly
everybody can relate to each other and everybody wants to help each other, and it's a wonderful thing. So that's all I wanted to
okay, wow,
reiterate.
Look at Bonnie Jacobson. Bonnie's coming in now, like she's playing around with some of the language. I'm surprised. I don't know if people are going to embrace this in 2025. She goes, I'm a proud member of the Broads of PMP, dude. The Broads. Listen, it's up to you.
What happened to Broads? Why did Broads ever go away? Why did Broads ever go away?
They started to frown upon the term. You know what I mean? They didn't like that. Thought it was derogatory. Broads. Yeah, but it's crazy. And then Rags asked a legitimate question too. Tony, I'm going to turn it on you as the impartial judge. It's Creative Tony presiding with the hammer. This is a question from Rags in the audience. Is making out cheating? I'm asking the question on behalf of all of us. Is making out cheating?
I think it depends on what type of agreement you have, situated in your nest.
With your significant other. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, maybe some people have that agreement where, hey, if you want to,
that can't work though. These people doing that crazy shit, like open relationships, like how's that gonna? At some point, someone's gonna get pissed or worse.
Supposedly. So I live in San Carlos, and anybody that lives in the peninsula might be able to back me up on this. Supposedly.
Okay. Yeah.
The city of San Carlos has a reputation of being a swinger town. And supposedly.
Why is that? What's so special about San Carlos? Okay.
I have no idea, dude. I have no. Well, there's a restaurant / bar called Town on our main drag here. That's supposedly just like a hangout for divorcees and
divorcees. By the way, I know there's one of those bars on Fillmore too in the city. Apparently,
I think it's a Harry's. I think you're talking about Harry's.
I don't know nothing about it. Yeah,
I think you're talking about Harry's. But
yeah,
I heard that if you see a gnome on the front porch,
I love hearing shit like this. Go ahead.
That's like the unwritten, or that's like the nonverbal message, like, "Hey, we swing."
Oh, dude, let's start having fun with the gnomes already. Because now, dude, I want to start setting up gnomes like in different positions, like two gnomes like making out, like maybe two gnomes, like one gnome is behind the other gnome, if you know what I'm talking about. We could like stage the gnomes in different like acts, you know what I mean?
And Leah brought up pineapples. What is it with the pineapples? Yeah, there's something about pineapples.
That's so graphic. I don't even think we can start explaining. I know what that is, but I don't know that's
about swingers and pineapples.
Yeah, but it's it's very graphic. Why don't you guys handle that for me on the comments line? So I don't have to say it.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I plead ignorance. I really don't know.
No, pineapple's definitely a thing. But Leah, I know what you're talking about, girl. Hey, Tony, question: is there a difference between? And I'm dead serious about this. How about this conversation? 5 seconds ago, we were in the top 3. Now we're doing like a swinging segment.
Sorry. Lily Merchant, Nomeo, and Julia.
We're just talking about what happens out in the world. We're all adults here. Creative Tony, is there a difference between swinging and swapping? Swinging and swapping. I don't know. I'm asking the question.
Wow. Wow. You want to talk about something I was not planning on discussing today on today's show?
Swinging and swapping. I know. Who did? That's my point. But there's no telling where the particles take us. That's where we go.
Oh, man.
Tony, I want to tell you one other thing about your gnome, that like that's an indication that we swing. You put a fucking gnome on the yard. Okay.
Yeah.
There's another one. And help me out, you guys. Help me. Leah, I'm glad you're laughing. It is funny.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth on this one, too. Now, there's another code, there's a code language that swingers use, and I'm forgetting the name, but is it? It's something like this, Tony. That if you're at a party, you're at a bar, and somebody walks up to you and says, especially if you're with your partner, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. Say you're standing there with your lady friend, and then someone comes up to you and goes, "Hey, do you guys know Ashley so and so? Like, there's a name, and that means do you guys swing?"
Interesting.
Have you ever heard about that?
No, I have not. But have you seen the Ashley Madison documentary?
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of. That, that's maybe a different thing. But there's a name.
Ashley Madison is that whole website they had for basically just like
it was like prostitution, I think, basically.
Well, no, it's basically like you want to cheat on your significant other. Here, we'll hook you up with somebody else who's looking to cheat.
Yeah, what could go wrong? Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
They had like a security breach, and like everybody's information was out in the open, and people anyways, it was a bad scene. And dude, go ahead.
Phillips coming in saying Hans Lufus swings. We're pretty confident of that. Hans
NorCal refrigeration and HVAC said the same thing. That's funny.
Okay. And by the way, you guys handle the pineapple thing. I'm not touching that on the air, Leah. That's way too graphic. But I know what it is. You guys deal with that. And then so that is the code, Tony. If somebody comes up to you and your girl and says, "Hey, do you guys know so and so?" I'm just forgetting the name, but there's a name that people use that is supposed to be like confirmation that yes, we swing. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
And by the way, I apologize. I should do 50 push-ups right now because there was a super earlier that I did not get to, and I got to scroll back there right here.
I'm going to take a guess and say that you couldn't do 50 push-ups if you had to.
Oh,
I don't think so. In one set? In a 50 set?
I tried to do 2 sets of 50 every day, just so you know, Paulie.
Well, that's impressive. No, I don't think I can do 50.
That's the only kind of working out I do. I do like
I can do 20. I don't think I could do 50 though. 50, that's a lot of push-ups.
If you could, I think if you pushed, you could do it. I think.
Tony, did you know that I always love this about Reggie Jackson. They asked Reggie Jackson his workout regimen back in the 70s, and you know what he said? Yeah. He goes, "My workout regimen is calisthenics, and I do cardio, I run, I stretch, but." For muscle and maintaining muscle, he did, ready for this, 1,000 push-ups a day, 10 sets of 100 throughout the day. How about that?
Whoa.
Reggie Jackson doing 10 sets.
And Herschel Walker used to do like 1,000 sit-ups a day.
That's another thing I don't know if that's true or not, but I do remember hearing that, Tony. You're right, that his body, Herschel Walker's body, was built by push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups.
Oh, you just nailed it. So it's all the body weight. It's all body weight, right? Yep. So just use your own body weight. I used to do pull-ups, and God, you felt so good after doing pull-ups. But the pull-up bar has gathered so much dust that I don't even know where it is.
Tony, I know Poison, swinging, Ashley Madison.
Well, I just want to put Dub City's. I wanted to put Dub City's super up there because I forgot about a Dub City, and I apologize.
Without a doubt. Now, let's get into this. Tony, first of all, I've seen him. I saw Poison, saw him back in the day. I actually saw Rat and Poison on the same bill. True story.
Okay.
Tony, okay, respect.
Well,
Tony, what?
I just trying to think of like best and worst Poison songs. I can't even think of like a.
I want to play. Like, I'm going to participate in this. I do.
Okay,
I want to play.
So I mean, well, Every Rose Has Its Thorn can be like a very pretty
decent
song.
Yeah, decent little ballad. Yeah.
By the way, Leor, dude, shout out Leor. You've met Leor.
I know.
That used to be his like High Sierra campsite 2 a.m. jam. Was my friend Adam and I would break out our guitars and play the song on guitar, and Leor would sing Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
How were his vocals?
They were fantastic. He brought the house down. Like
right,
other campers would come over and be like enjoying in the vocals. It's really fun.
Funny thing is Tony and I don't spend a lot of time talking about Poison, like maybe never talking about Poison.
Yeah.
Like it's just not a band we ever really talk about. I don't own any Poison records, but I did see him. And I will tell you this, I like the song Look What the Cat Dragged In, if you remember that one. So it's kind of heavy. They were never really heavy. They were more of a pop band, but that song's kind of heavy. So I would say Look What the Cat Dragged In for my
what about Unskinny? Bop, 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 bop.
See, that's the kind of shit I hate. That's I can't get into that.
Or cut the shit, man. Talk dirty to me.
I'll do that one. I'll
just pick up that guitar and talk to me. I mean, like
all that shit. Come on, man, dude. How about at the beginning of Every Rose Has Its Thorn? The first thing you hear in the whole song is Bret Michaels with a heavy sigh.
Nice exhale. Yeah,
dude, cut the shit. Come on.
Both blacks. Yeah. Oh, no, and then with Dom Peralta was another super. What's up, Dom? Get one of
those pepperoni sticks out. I just want to hold it. That is my that's from a Best in Show. Thank you, Dom. Dude, I'm bringing that back. As soon as the soundboard is up, I'll have the pepperoni sticks for you, Dom, and for everybody else. Look at the smiling face of a Dom Peralta. Hope you had a good time at that Danzig gig. Tony,
he sent me some photos. He sent me some photos of that show, man.
Me too. Yeah, good old Glenn Danzig screaming his balls off. Tony,
great.
Where are we? I'm lost in space. I'm a lost sailor. I've been too long at sea. I'm trying to figure out where we are. Like we finished top three.
Well, no, we didn't finish top three because we had a third one.
Okay, let's do it. Let's finish the third one, man.
This also I could present a visual for this one as well. So let me just present the visual. Where did it go? I just got to get it here because this was inspired by Larry Krueger. He was responding to a tweet by I forget. For what? Anyways, I'll just go to you. I can't find it.
Shout out Larry Krueger, man. Krueger effing rules. I got to check in with Larry, actually. Bullet Boys. Nice, Regs. I saw the Bullet Boys. I saw them in Boston. True story. Go ahead.
So basically, the whole tweet was about what quarterbacks are being paid now, right? And basically saying that that Brock Purdy is going to get paid like $55 million.
Yeah.
A year. And I wanted to
think about that for a second, by the way. $55 million a year for Brock Purdy. But go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
Here it is. So Kyler Murray makes $46 million a year. Jared Goff, $53 million a year. Tua Tagovailoa, $53 million a year. Trevor Lawrence, $55 million. Jordan Love, $55 million. So that's why I ask you.
Oh, right now I'm thinking about like Roger Staubach, Joe Montana, Dan Marino. Guys like the best quarterbacks of our kind of youth and stuff who were probably far, far superior than any name you just listed. And these guys must be going, Jesus Christ. I'm maxing. Roger Staubach probably never even made $1 million in a season. I'm not even kidding. He probably made $800,000 a year or something like that. Montana, dude, Joe Montana was probably making $3 or $4 million a year. I mean, can you imagine when they look at this and they're like, first of all, these guys, they never get hit. They never have to deal with the physical abuse that we did, and they're making literally 60 times the salary we did. It's crazy. I'm just a side note, just throwing that in there.
No, it's a great side note because it would piss me off too, man. And because the league is designed now to protect the quarterback.
He certainly wasn't when our heroes were playing. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So but dude, so Purdy, are you ready for a Purdy $55 to $60 million a year quarterback for the 49ers? Are you ready for that? I'm mixed. I got to be honest, Paulie. I'm mixed about it.
I want to address something my guy Folsom Steve said though first. He goes, "Hey Steve, I feel you, bro, loud and clear." He goes, "Guys, they're making all this money out here. Meanwhile, I can't afford a loaf of bread." Let me tell you, you know what, Folsom Steve? I feel your effing pain, dude. You're not kidding.
How about eggs, dude? How about eggs? Have you tried to buy a carton of eggs, dude?
I can't afford eggs because of all the money I just spent on chicken breast. What the fuck is going on with chicken breast? Dude, you know what? I sent a picture to my buddy Winks because I go, dude, I'm in the grocery store right now, and I'm looking at 2 chicken breast right in front of me. 2 chicken, nothing special, just regular organic chicken breast. Let's keep it clean. And I go, ready? $22. 22 bucks. I go, the fuck is this?
And then it's probably injected with hormones to make it breast sound big. And I hope
no. See, I go with the organic. I got to go far. I got to go like organic, free range, all that shit. I want my birds happy. I want my birds singing dead songs and flapping around and like making out with other chickens. I want them to be happy chickens. I don't want to eat some bummed out poison
chickens. You're putting gnomes in front of their chicken coops.
I don't want to eat. Dope. Totally. I want my fucking chickens going to key parties, raves. Yeah. You know what I mean? I want my chickens lying on the fucking sphere at the ground looking at the sky. I'm telling you right now, because you don't want to dig into some like poisoned, like manic depressive chicken who is
like inflated chicken that's been like just boosted with whatever it boosts. So like it's like it goes from this to like that.
Bro, I got to tell you, I actually heard some politician the other day. It was like, I'm not getting into politics, but I was just saying this one thing because I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I heard this guy say, because some lady was like, the price of chickens or the price of eggs is out of control. It's like $12 a dozen or whatever. And then I heard some senator or some asshole, some guy goes, well, you know what you should consider doing is maybe starting to purchase and raise your own chickens to offset the cost. I'm like, dude, we're not bringing in fucking chickens to the house, man. I'm not dealing with like cleaning up after chickens. Anyway, this is a weird show.
Chicken. I mean, I have friends in Colorado that have a ranch, so they have chickens. That makes sense. They've got acres of land.
Anyway, shout out to $22 chicken breast. It's a real thing. I just saw it the other day at the store. Tony, go ahead with
incredible.
Your true story.
I want to talk more about swinger chickens. That's I'd rather talk.
I do too. I want to talk about chickens that go both ways. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And we got to get to our bummer bracket here in a second.
Okay.
But I just wanted
swinger chickens. That's what you just said. I want to talk more about swinger chickens. It's my favorite sentence of the day. Yeah.
You said you wanted your chickens to be happy.
I do.
So, but like, I'm very, very nervous about paying Brock Purdy $60 million a year, dude. Like,
I know. I
don't. That is like, I'm very torn. About the whole thing, and and I don't know how you feel about it. I want to know how you felt about it.
Okay, I feel like that's I agree. It's a lot of money. I think it's too much money for pretty much every guy you named, from Jordan Love to Jared Goff and Brock Purdy. These guys are all good quarterbacks. Yeah. Some of them can be very good. Like Goff has played in the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy's played in the Super Bowl, and that's a huge accomplishment. But I think it's too much. I think these guys are overpaid, the quarterback position now. But the problem is that's the going rate. That's like the rate where to compete you have to pay. If you want Brock Purdy, you're going to have to pay him that, because if they don't, somebody else probably will, because that is like the going rate for a good starting NFL quarterback now. But no, I think it's too much money. And it concerns
by the way,
me.
Yes, I agree with you. But you see where Jameis Winston is a New York Giant now? Do you see that?
That's going to be one of the greatest crash and burns you've ever seen.
It's going to be interesting.
Promise you that is going to be a goddamn disaster. And I don't even think it'll be because of Jameis Winston. I don't. But I think the whole combination of him in New York with that media and that fan base, and they're already pissed off. The Giants have been awful for so long. I'll root for him. I hate the Giants, but I will root for Winston. But I predict it's going to be a disaster. I think.
I'm rooting for him as well. But anytime the Giants can crash and burn, I'm fine with that as well. So I'm not. I'm
not laughing at you, Creative Tony. I'm laughing at a new name I've seen on the comments line. Shout out 15th Doctor. Dig the name. Don't know what it means, but dig the name. Shout out Humble Pie. I don't need no doctor. But anyway, his comment is chickens are all dames. Roosters are bros. Today we've hit broads, dames, swinger chickens. We're doing a lot of weird shit today.
It is all over the map. But now I'd like to graduate to some bookmarks, if you could, Paulie, before we get into the bummer bracket to wrap it up. Are you cool with that?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. So stand by. I'd like to just I like to play the bookmarks open because it's time.
It's time.
Sure, go ahead, laugh if you want to.
For bookmarks.
Maybe that's how you get your kicks. You and your good time buddies.
PMP style.
Well, I got a flash for you, Joy Boy. Party time is over.
I'm gonna keep feeding the ducks, Paulie, if that's okay.
Feed them, man. Go nuts.
It's a nice little groove for us all.
And
Thank you, Joy Boy. Thank you, Bookman. And I'm going to get us to the bookmarks here in a second. It's just setting up the backdrop, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. Joy
Here
Boy.
we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's funny. Okay. I'm just gonna scroll down in the bookmarks. I'm gonna present the page and then I'm gonna just scroll down. You ready for me?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
I just saw this and I'm like, you know what? This needs to be shared immediately.
That's Eddie Van Halen's like artwork, his guitar artwork on a truck, dude. That's awesome. I want
that
that
incredible.
Thing. Yeah, dude.
Is that incredible, man?
Is that just a regular like worker, or is that connected to the band somehow?
No, I think it's just a regular worker who it looks like he just picked up a bunch of wood and he's cruising through town with his Eddie Van. There's a van, by the way, that cruises the peninsula with the same exact artwork. So
really?
Yes. Actually, the guy hands out guitar picks. If you see him, if you ever see him, like
you gave me one of those.
Yes,
you gave me one of those. Yes.
So there you go. I just wanted to start out the book.
Thank you. I love that. Eddie Van Halen is always welcome on the Particle Show. Any David Lee Roth era Van Halen story is always welcome on the show. Who the hell is this?
Right, so you got to see this, dude.
Is that Brady?
That's Brady. I'm gonna turn the volume off because we don't need the
Who's
volume.
that jerk off up there with the white hair? Who's his
I don't know, but Brady is signing jerseys. Okay, so he's signing his own Patriots or maybe it's Buccaneers jerseys, right? And there's like a whole stack of them. And then watch the jersey that's put out in front of him next is
Manning. That's Manning's jersey.
Manning.
Yeah,
and Brady signs it with the two words "fuck off." That's what he.
Did he really sign it?
Jersey. Yes, he signs it. Here, I'll pause it real quick and see if you can.
Look at him. He don't even look at. Tony, question though: why would he be signing Manning jerseys at all? Why is he? I
think somebody threw that in there as a joke to him, and he wrote, instead of signing his name, he signed it "fuck off." Isn't that
actually? You know what? For a collector, that might be like a pretty valued piece of like memorabilia, because how many times would Manning or would Brady ever sign a Manning jersey, and then how many times would he ever write "fuck off" on a jersey? Like, that's probably going to be a collectible. As crazy as that sounds,
it'd be worth a fortune. See, you can see if you look on the top of the zero, you can see the word the "fuck off" on the top of the zero.
Man, oh man! Stuff. All right, good find, T. Good find.
There's
your $55 man. There he is.
$55 man. Jesus
Christ.
Oh, here on this date. Here we go.
Oh, the bird. Yeah. Speaking of bird
on this date.
Yep.
Watch this again. It just needs to be like, watch this again. Ready?
Mid pitch. That's not even a
mid pitch.
Yeah.
It's just insanity when you.
First of all of it. If from top to bottom. I mean, there's so much. Look at this. Good Jesus Christ almighty. Look at the guy, the bird's head just went flying off. Did you see that?
That's definitely not a swinger chicken that got hit by a ball, by the way.
No, certainly not. That essentially broke the chicken's head right off the body. You can see the head flying around. Here's my question. I've never even seen a bird fly through a baseball game like that. The odds of that happening are like 1 in a billion.
I don't know if it'll ever happen again.
It won't. It won't. It's like
one more time the slow-mo.
Okay, thank you, man. Listen, hey, I mean, listen, it's good. We're all going to die at some point. Why not die at the hands of a Randy Johnson fastball? You know what I mean? You might as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get crazier. And
this is the most insane thing I've seen. And again, I want everybody to know this is real. If you haven't seen this is from last week. Hit the rounds over the weekend. Tony, blow this up as big as you can. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is insane. Here we go. Ready? So Curry is at the middle of the screen, bottom of the screen, dribbling the basketball. You see him?
And
he's at the corner.
Look at this guy.
He does a lot of shenanigans pre-game, but this is
look where he.
Look, watch this. He goes the entire length of the court and makes a bucket.
And it was all net, by the way. It was all. It didn't even hit the rim. I mean, that is the craziest.
Look at this thing. It goes the entire. It's just insane.
Dude, and he throws it. It's almost like a highlight play because the ball kind of curves back. Do you see? Like he throws it to his left and it bears right, like a golf shot almost. Look at that.
I mean, I got to be honest, Paulie. When I saw this, I thought this has to be AI or it has to be doctored. And I've looked,
real.
And I've looked and I've looked. It's real.
Yeah,
it's totally real. Because I've seen him do half court shots. I've seen him do 3/4 court shots. I've never seen him do. This is more than a full court. This is like a court and a quarter.
Maybe Steph is like, maybe he's like AI or like a robot. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this guy anymore. Look at him. Look at this.
It's just outrageous. It's outrageous.
I really am out of surprise. Look at
I'm just going to slow it down. Let's do it in slow. We'll do our own slow-mo. Look at this. See this ball?
I
Watch this
do,
ball.
man. It is insanity.
I mean,
and this is also here. It drops right in. Swish.
And then watch his reaction. His reaction is like, yeah.
He's a little shoulder shake. Yeah, he's like, I'm a badass. I know it. He's like, I'm a badass. Yeah.
Any other human being that does that is losing their minds.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this goes back to what you were saying last week, Tony, when you said that this is why people want to go in early to watch the Warriors pregame because of shit like this. I mean, it's like another show before the main show. It really is. So, especially if you have kids, bring them in early during the Steph Curry era. It is such a treat. Because he does a lot of trick shots like that. He'll do shots where he'll bounce the ball at half court and they go in. Like he pulls all these kind of crazy magical tricks out of his hat. So get in early, like Tony was saying. All right, T, what else you got for us, kid?
That's it. That's our bookmarks for the day, buddy. I feel like we should end the bookmarks on Curry, on that Curry ridiculousness.
Perfecto. And then let me just show the guys the brackets because I want to get a vote. I want us each to vote on one, and then I want our viewers to vote on a couple as well today.
Stand by, buddy.
Before we go into our lunch break here,
I'm going to present those because this is fun, and I want, like you said, let's get everybody involved in these.
All right.
I'm going to blow it up here too.
Blow it up.
So far in the inconvenience bracket, we have root canal went up against colonoscopy. Root canal won.
That's a big matchup right there too. That's like Duke and UNC. Root canal and colonoscopy. Yeah.
Solo therapy and couples therapy went up against each other, and couples won. And remember, the winner is the worst of the two.
Correct.
Correct. We also have DMV versus going to Xfinity, AT&T, or Comcast. Dealing with any of those. The Xfinity, AT&T, Comcast advanced.
All right.
And then digital tickets versus bad Wi-Fi advanced. We have nothing in any of these brackets yet.
We need to get moving. Now, do you want to start on that side? Why don't we start right up top? Let's start right there. Dodgers Cowboys. Now, this is the I'm going to let you go first on this, Tony, and then I'll pick one. It'll go this, and let's just work right down from the top because you're right. We haven't touched this side of the bracket yet. So, Tony, you handle Dodger Cowboys. I'll handle Pat Mahomes and Kelsey, and then I want the listeners or the viewers or our friends in the community to pick between Tush Push, and then we'll go down to the Sirianni choice.
Nice. Okay. So, let's finish those four today. Those four matchups today. How's
done. That? And you got Tony. This is obviously the sports bracket.
Yes.
And I believe. Oh, I see. So it's just like, what's the more like annoying team, the Dodgers or the Cowboys? Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is what's the more annoying team? And this is for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yes.
I go Cowboys all day. On this because of one specific reason, that they brand themselves as America's team. They just self-titled America's team. So that right there alone tells me that they're the worst of the two teams, even though I loathe Dodger baseball and I loathe there's never been one Cowboy that I'm like, yeah, you know what? I would root for him. Where I feel like the Dodgers, there are some Dodgers that I would root for.
Yeah.
Troy Aikman might be the closest thing I've ever come to like, oh yeah, okay. Whereas the Cowboys, dude, you don't brand yourself self-titled America's team. That's basically where I'm going. So I think Dodgers, Cowboys. I'm advancing the Cowboys, and I'm probably gonna get some flack on this because I know the Dodgers are hated too. But it's a tough matchup, dude. This is a tough matchup.
You know, people have asked me this question over the years. Because Rags is like my best friend, and I've grown up with him literally my entire life. And people have said, like, how do you guys like hang out? And here's what we do. We both how have we survived all these years together and we're still like tight? It's basically because we don't talk. It's like we don't, like in The Godfather, we don't discuss business at the table. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to get into that like with each other. We just kind of shake hands and go separate ways on Sunday. It's like, dude, you go do your thing. I know where you're going to be. I'm over here doing my thing. But I feel like for me, it's the Dodgers have become more annoying, and it's mostly because of their fans. The Dodger fan base has become just unbearable, dude. They're effing bearable, with the exception of Max Medina. That's the one guy I'll look the other way on.
That's a dear friend of ours, Max Medina.
Well, it's kind of like you and Max is like me and Rags. You know what I mean? Like Rags and I have an understanding. You and Max have an understanding. But no, your vote is valid, dude. Okay, so the Cowboys advance. Here we go. Now,
can I just shout out? I think it's NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC. He just says flat out. He goes, "Up yours, Cowboys," and it's just like that phrase. I grew up with that phrase because my grandma used to say that to my grandpa all the time. Oh, up yours.
Yeah.
I said, that is the best line ever,
Up
man.
yours.
Up yours.
Yeah, Pete Franklin. Well, here we go. So now I'm going to take on Mahomes and Kelsey for starters. I can't stand either one of them. I really do. I don't want to use the word hate because I don't know these guys, and I bet you Kelsey's probably fun to hang out with, but I hate looking at him on TV. I hate having to deal with his chick every Sunday. I hate, here's Travis Kelsey walking into Arrowhead Stadium. Look, he's wearing a fucking backpack today. It's like, I don't care. I hate looking at this asshole.
Right.
And then and then the Muppet dude. But what this guy's done to football, and it's the voice, it's everything. It's his chick. It's Mahomes. What's her name? Brittany. Is that her name?
Brittany.
Yeah, no, she's got to chime in now.
And it's also like the crowning of him as like the best quarterback of all time. And
he's not even in my top 20. I don't even want to hear that shit. I don't.
Yeah,
he's the greatest quarterback of all time. Slow your effing roll on that horse ass. Okay.
Here's the thing with Kelsey versus Mahomes, and I think we agree on this, Paulie. I could see myself at least having a beer with Kelsey.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
I can't see myself ever having a beer with Patrick Mahomes.
I don't want anything to do with either one of them, but I will tell you this. I default to this because I have to just give it up. Or when I feel like something's good, I got to give it up. A couple of years ago, Travis Kelsey hosted Saturday Night Live, and he was actually really funny. Like I remember that. I gotta give him love, dude. That one scene where he's playing with the dolls and shit, dude. Yeah. He was really funny. He made me laugh. And then he did that other one where he was like the motivational speaker, and he just started slapping guys in the face. That was funny. So I agree. At the end of the day, though, my intense burning dislike for Mahomes is going to trump all. Let's go ahead and advance the Muppet. You know what? The Muppet can wind up winning this whole thing. I could see him winning the entire.
Hey, if that's the case, can we send the Chiefs we have to think
here's
of a
how
trophy
we here's how we feel about your boy. Yeah. And you know what else pissed me off?
For this.
One more thing about Kelsey that pissed me off. He made this announcement like, "Oh, I'm not going to retire. I'm going to come back because now we need to do it the right way." It's like, you know what, dude? F you, F the Chiefs, and also Tony. You want to know what else I hate about the Chiefs, which is basically everything. I hate the kingdom. Oh, it's the Chiefs' kingdom. When did this shit become a kingdom? Get out of my face. Advance Mahomes, even though Kelsey would give him a run for his money being unlikable, but Mahomes is in a class of his own.
We'll advance Mahomes. I also got to give Robot Centaur some love because he's confessing to us, Paulie. He just walked out of the Al Davis confessional, and he has a confession to make. He listens to the Kelsey podcast, and he said it's called New Heights, and he says, to be honest, it's not bad. And I got to be honest, I got to agree with him. Well, the two of them talking, and they have good guests. And they had Ben Stiller on recently, and they have good guests. And I agree.
Right.
I agree.
And that's why I brought up his SNL thing because I think there are aspects of his personality that are likable. And when he retires, he probably will become like a great commentator if that's what he wants to do. He could easily become like a Madden figure. I could see him in the booth like being a really effective commentator. But for now, it's Mahomes. I hate his guts, and there he is. Boom, he's on the list.
By the way, I got to give Don Peralta some love. He is updating this live as we speak. So I keep
sweet. Thank you, Dom.
You can see Cowboys has advanced. Cowboys have advanced.
That's a hell of a matchup right there. I got the Cowboys going up against Mahomes in the next round.
That is a good matchup, dude. That's
but
great.
Now, Tony, it's time for an 11 against a 22. It is the tush push going up against the Mahomes flop, which oh my God, do I hate that. And I'm turning it to the comments line. We're just going to do this in a random fashion, you guys. So the 11 seed is a tush push up against number 22 when Patrick Mahomes flops, which is several times every Sunday. I'll take your votes right now. Just send in your votes on the comments line. Whatever we see more of is going to.
My vote. You know my vote. That's my vote is tush push all damn day, dude.
See, again, I hate Mahomes even more than I hate the tush push. I do.
But the tush push has ruined the entire game. It's ruined the entire game of football.
Look at the comments line. No, looks like people are with me. Mahomes flop from Naomi. Bonnie, Mahomes is a tool. Yes, well said. Although Dom voting for the Mahomes flop. Mahomes, it's a landslide. It's a goddamn landslide. No. Yeah, it's a landslide. Dude, that's how we all see. We're all sick of it. We're sick of that nonsense. It's not football. Amaru with the flop. What's up, Eugene? He's checking in. I got Lily Merchant. The Mahomes flop cost 15 yards. That's you know what? Let's advance Mahomes. That was definitely a landslide.
Oh my God, man. Yeah. Nobody's giving the love to the tush push. All right. Hey, well, the next year when you're all pissed off watching the tush push, don't come to me.
Yeah, I am. My blood pressure is more settled when I see the tush push than when I see Mahomes flop. When Mahomes flops, I get so irritated and angry. So that's a landslide. The flopping will advance. And then what was the next matchup underneath? We'll end the show here. Oh, another good one. Another good one. All right. Most annoying, unlikable coach. We got a 27 seed, Nick Sirianni. By the way, Tony, a 27 seed.
Yeah, dude, by the way, the seeds, just for, again,
they're totally random. They're totally random
seeds.
I like how
I put names in and it gave them their own seating. So
dude, Sean McVay is a 6, dude. He's a 6. Yeah. All right. So you guys, one more time. Here we go. Sirianni going up against Sean McVay, and we'll just do it just like before. We'll take your votes now.
Paulie, what's your vote? Like, let's let the
Sirianni.
Yeah, I think I would go Sirianni for sure. I think I would go. Although McVay, when he's jumping around in the end zone, high-fiving his own
running down the field, Tony, running. Remember when he was in the end zone a couple of years ago?
And
he was in the end zone.
Yes, that's what I mean. He's in the end zone, like tackling his own team after scoring a touchdown.
And he's got that voice. He's always like, "Yeah, no, we're playing really good football. The guys look great."
And he's got the bug eyes too, man.
Yeah, and the hair, dude. He's got the spikes coming at you. Tony, it looks like another landslide. It's a Sirianni landslide. Yeah. Corinne, I hate them both. It's a tie. Yeah, thank you, Corinne.
Look at all the Sirianni. Oh my God, it's all
Eugene
Sirianni.
Everyone's coming in now with the Sirianni's Robot Centaur. It's Anthony. This is a tough one. That's true. It is.
Wow.
Anthony.
Okay.
Sirianni always looks hungover. Thank you, Bonnie. Naomi. Dude has a bodyguard. You know what?
That's the capper.
That's the final effing straw. Advance him. That's it. It's a landslide. You can advance Sirianni. But you're so right. Bonnie, or excuse me, Naomi, why? Oh, Tony, you tell me, why does Sirianni need a bodyguard?
I don't have an answer for you.
Not only in daily life, but I don't know if you guys caught this. I think we talked about it on the show, actually, is that the day when they went onto the podium on the field at the Superdome, Fat Dom followed Sirianni up on stage. I love
that you call him Fat Dom, by the way.
Well, he is. He's Fat Dom.
Why
sugarcoat it? Why sugarcoat it? This guy's fat. Let's be honest. He's not. I'm calling him Fat Dom.
He could use like a salad or two.
I'm not going to budge from that stance. I stand with Fat Dom, and I'm going to continue.
Big Dom. Look at the comments are flying for Big Dom. Fat Dom.
But no, why would Fat Dom have to like protect Sirianni as he's getting handed the Lombardi Trophy? When somebody gonna come bum rush him on the stage? Like the whole thing is absurd. Bill Walsh won 3 Super Bowls. He didn't have a bodyguard.
In my opinion, I feel like he should have been banned from the game for touching a player during a game.
I think that's entirely appropriate. I agree. All kidding aside,
all kidding aside, you're touching an opposing player during a play. Are you kidding me? Like, you should be banned from the game. And the players union should have spoke up about that and said that's a safety. Who knows what other people are going to think about doing on the sideline from now on, because they know they have that kind of access.
And by the way, that player that he touched, as you mentioned, there is Dre Greenlaw, who I'm still bummed out about. I'm still bummed out about Dre Greenlaw leaving town. All right, you guys. Well, listen, thank you for playing along with the Bummer Brackets today. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Look, tomorrow, let's look ahead. Chiefs fans versus Eagles fans, Dodger fans, Yankees fans, Sammy Hagar, Arnel Pineda, Brittany Holmes, Taylor Swift.
Ooh, that's a hell of a matchup right there. That's a bloodbath.
We also have car breakdown versus jury duty, lost phone versus lost wallet, vasectomy versus tube ties, ACL. All right, and we got a lot more to go.
We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of bummers to explore. Hey, fun way of getting the week kicked off today. And again, we're one day closer to our Longbridge opening day party, the watch party. I cannot wait to get out to Longbridge on Thursday. So let's talk about them. For starters, if you've never been to Longbridge, grab a pen, my man, and jot it down. 2347 3rd Street, right up the street from Chase Center. There actually is ample parking in the dog patch. Just get off of 3rd.
There is. There really is.
I'm dead serious. There's a lot of parking in dog patch. So get off of 3rd Street and just circle the blocks. You'll find something. I'm very confident you will. Also, just be a part of the Vibe Tribe. If you've never been to Longbridge before, you're in for a treat. All this talk and all this hype that we've been kind of throwing out there about Longbridge, you're going to see it's warranted. I'm not hyping up some place that's going to show you a bad time. I'm hyping up a place that's going to show you a tremendous time. And like they mentioned the Vibe Tribe and how we're all going to be part of the Vibe Tribe, which we are. One thing is like the vibe is reinforced with the playlist that Andrew puts together, which easily could be my own play. I mean, damn, dude, the music that they play at Longbridge, although we might not hear too much with the Giant game going on that day, but generally speaking, you get stuff like drawn from my own collection, like the Rolling Stones, Jimi Hendrix, Jerry Garcia, Led Zeppelin, Jane's Addiction, all kinds of cool shit. Tony's got fish; they're well represented as well on the playlist. So the vibe is reinforced in many ways. Then you got all the way the place is decorated. You got concert posters all over the walls, Giants memorabilia all over the walls, Golden State Warriors stuff. It's just a fun place to hang out. And the most important aspect, Tony, it's imperative, is that as I pound for effect, is that the food is tremendous. They really go the extra mile with their food. Again, Tony's mentioned this multiple times. Why is Longbridge Pizza like different and unique from every other pizza joint in town? I'd start with the sourdough crust. I really would. That's it, dude. You Tony was like big on that when we first started eating it. He go, and it really does, like finishing the pie or a slice or whatever the case might be. When you get to that sourdough crust, it's just a really nice way to end the slice experience. If I'm not going to, I feel like I'm in a wine tasting now too. There are afterthoughts. Yeah, you'll feel some oak in there too. There's some oak and a little pine. No, but I'm telling you right now, dude, the food is legit. That's my bigger point here, Tony. And your thoughts about Longbridge. And again, we're opening the doors for all of us. If you are going to attend and you have time today, why don't you let us know, RSVP on the show email, because Tony's getting a head count with Neil. I think we're going to have a really good crowd. I look forward to shaking a lot of hands, people I haven't met before. And if we're old friends like Patty or Leah, can't wait to see you guys again. There's all the info that you need right there. Get on the menu at longbridgepizza.com. They do deliver throughout the city. And it's a kind of the first big event for the Bay Area Sports Collective too. We're all going to be coming out in public and wearing our now we got to wear some cool Giants memorabilia at the watch party, Tony. So I look forward to see if you're going to wear like your John Montefusco shirt, or I'm
going to wear my Dodgers suck t-shirt. That's I think I'm going to wear. I'm going to wear my Dodgers suck t-shirt. I think
always a classy choice. Always a classy choice. And I'm going to let you wrap today, T. So your final thoughts on Longbridge, and we'll let everybody go into their lunch break on a Monday.
I just feel like there's so many things to think about when there's the parking, there's the beer, there's the food, there's the people, there's the vibe, there's the music. There's so many things that you already talked about, Paulie, that I love the place. I've been there many times. Well, I've been there like 4 times so far, and I want to keep going. And I take the train and I walk from the train, 22nd Street, 7-minute walk from the train. But tomorrow is, they're closed today, but tomorrow is Tuesday, and that will be the chopped cheese and the smash burgers. Then Wednesday, chicken parm Wednesday. Thursday, Detroit style square pizzas. And then, dude, they have the salads. They've got all kinds of different pizzas. You can, I think sourdough crust that do gluten free. You can build your own. It's just a great. Spot.
When you said, I just had an idea for a new soundbite. We're going to let everybody in the audience see how we work now. Tony, when you get a chance today, I'd like you to kind of edit the sound in Revenge of the Nerds where Tekashi, he's pouring the liquid red hot on all the jocks, and he's using the tongs. And then when he's like mixing it, it's like salad. Dude, like salad. When we start talking salads at Longbridge, I'd love for you to hit that sounder from Tekashi. Ooh, it's like salad. It would sound really awesome when you're talking about thank you, bud. Sing it, T. What are you afraid to take a vocal? No, I'm kidding.
Totally.
I don't know the words. I'm thinking in Japanese. I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's like salad. I'm going to dismiss the class after this beat, just so you know.
Thanks, Tony. All right, everybody. Thanks for lining up today. We will see all of y'all tomorrow. And we're doing another 11 a.m. show tomorrow, working on some guests. Don't want to make any announcements yet, but I'm hoping we'll have a guest for you tomorrow. And then night flight on Wednesday, Thursday, the opening day party. Special guest flying in from the East Coast. It's going to be a fun day. And Giant Baseball is back. Logan Webb will be working. David Lee Roth, why don't you tell the great viewers and listeners what they can do at this point? Thank you, T.
You're
and
welcome.
On the way out, whoa, give me the drone. Whoa, give me that note. I'm waiting for my deep note. Yeah, whoa. Singing the same note. Whoa, yeah, let's get out of here, y'all. Hey, hope everybody had a great weekend. Thank you for lining up today. Talking some Longbridge Pizza. Can't wait for Thursday in the party. Warriors have the night off tonight. So we will do the Miami Heat breakdown tomorrow. More bummer bracket breakdowns as well.
Yep.
Creative Tony, I send you off into this beautiful 78-degree day with this blue sky. Damn, this is about as good as it's going to get.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous effing day. Everybody get out there, kiss Mother Earth, hug a tree, do whatever you want. Go buy some chickens for the chickens.
Go buy a gnome. Go buy a gnome if you're into that sort of thing.
Buy a gnome.
Or a pineapple. I don't even know what that means, but if you want to grab a pineapple too.
Quick question, Tony. What happens if you've got multiple gnomes on your front yard?
I think you're ready to play ball.
You're sending a hell of a message out to the community. I might buy a gnome just to see what happens, see what kind of action I can get at the door. You know what I mean? Hey, I saw your gnome. I'll be like, oh, cool. Come on in. All right. Hey, Tony, I got to go, y'all. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow on Polymax Particles. Peace.